your thoughts?
Oh, like, disappointing that we didn't win. It'll be good watching the film to see what my emotion now is versus what I see on film about the fourth quarter, how they kind of just took ascendancy of the game. Focus was like we needed to compete on the glass with them. I think they ended up out rebounding us by 12 or 13, and then like they lived at the foul line. So that's tough to keep the scoreboard ticking over from our end when we're getting beat on the glass. They're getting to the foul line. So I thought we competed well, but we didn't. Like at the end, we weren't playing good enough to win that game with the level of play they were performing at.
Doesn't the city put a real emphasis on winning those 50-50 little tips here and there? It felt like they got the majority of those wins. Is that just a luck thing in the moment, or do you think the guys could have done better in that moment, in those moments?
Oh, like those types of things you certainly got to look at. The things I talk about is like our discipline to stay on the floor when they shot fake and keeping guys off the preferred hands and just the little things. And I'm sure I'll spot some of those things you're talking about, but just our overall discipline for 40 minutes, we just deviate a little too many times throughout the course of the game.
No Doolittle familiar the entire game.
Yeah.
In the Brox in the entire game.
Yeah.
Our line, they lived there and they won the rebounds. How hard is it to cover for those two blokes when in that part of the game when you just can't have them?
Like it is, but rebounding is like it's team, and like when I watch, I'll see did they end up getting more guys in the fight than us, and vice versa, and they got guys like Frolling's a load, Peatling, like although his stat line isn't always flattering, like those 50-50s, the offensive rebounds, like that's what he brings to those guys as a difference maker in the situations, and he certainly had some of that. And then Cal had a steadying influence on the game.
Not losing Doolittle, like we saw in Brisbane when you lost him, it changes the way you how damaging is it when he's not available?
Look, I think people around the league are finally realizing the value he is at both ends of the floor. So when you lose him, then all of a sudden we lean on Jesse really heavily. Then we're getting Etan to play a little longer than probably we would like, because tonight was a physical game. So you need to be able to throw bodies at them to compete with that. And when both Doolittle and KP are out, like it really does test us.
Do you have any idea about what Christian did?
Like something to his groin, he'll go and get like a scan or an MRI tomorrow morning, and then we'll go from there.
Your life with injuries has been horrid.
Yeah.
All year in Florida, it's soft tissues, ankles, like it feels like people are breaking out. Have you been able to get any insight into whether there's a reason?
No. You and I talked about this maybe a week ago. Like across the league, there's a lot of these types of injuries going on. So it will make for an interesting off-season project.
How do you, like 25 minutes, it's a big workload when you have no league play that pace of minutes? How do you feel?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it would be nice to get the win, to be honest. It doesn't matter how I feel. Yeah, obviously, going down, it just throws the rotations out a little bit. But, it's kind of professional sports, right? We've got to adjust and got to make do, and now we're on the road. So we'll take some learnings from this game, and it's a quick turnaround. That's kind of what the NBL's about. We've had a lot of doubles this year so far, and this is just another one. So, yeah, as I said, quick turnaround, take care of our bodies, and go in Adelaide.
What's the biggest lesson in the last quarter?
Look, I thought we played a solid game, but I think probably for a 3-4 minute patch, it just got away from us. And credit to Illawarra, they play hard and they play well and they're well coached and they've got a pretty good group. So against a team like that and in a league like that, you can win and lose games in 3-4 minute stretches, especially in the fourth quarter. So probably just got away from us there a little bit. As I said, hopefully we can take some learnings and learn from it and move on. As I said, quick turnaround.
What would be your best thing to the guys
Look, it's professional sports, right? There's injuries. There's always injuries throughout the year. Every team, every journey that you go on, there's always injuries. But that just means there's opportunities for other guys. We've got a deep bunch. We've got guys that sometimes don't play a lot who are incredibly talented and deserving of an opportunity. So it's their opportunity to step up, right? That's why they practice day in, day out and work hard. They work just as hard as everyone. So injuries happen, and it's an opportunity for other guys to step up. And hopefully Duke can get ready, Duke can get healthy, and KP can get healthy. We need all the bodies that we can, but at the same time, it's opportunities for other guys, right?
You played every game of Price's. He's won 59 to 40. Have you seen him this dominant in any way? Even if he wasn't missing shots in the past, not scoring 59 to 40. Have you seen him dominating games?
He's very good at basketball. And the thing I say about Bryce too is he does it the right way. I think there's guys that could score 40 and kind of do it in a selfish way, but BC certainly does it in an unselfish way. He plays himself defensively. He makes the right pass. He just doesn't throw up stuff, and he's a good teammate. So he deserves it. He obviously gets a lot of attention from other teams, as he should. But yeah, he's pretty good at basketball. His last 2 games, he's been pretty bloody good.
We talked yesterday about Phil Orr going really hard, doubling the entire time. He's got 40 against the time. How challenging is it for him to go do that? The way they went against him, and you knew he was coming from us.
Well, you saw that he's in a nice groove individually, so that always helps. Very beneficial. I thought we were expecting them to be aggressive on him, so I thought we had a pretty good game plan to use the gravity that he would create, whether it was for their teammates or for himself. The timing of him and Wagstaff, Windler very good with that, and then you got Henschel and Pepper that can contribute, from the perimeter. So the spacing was good, gives him a lot of space to play into and utilize his speed and then his basketball skills. So, we had I would say a solid game plan to attack the way we thought they defended.
Yeah, quickly if I can, just one for you, John. Just on Sunday's game now in Adelaide, obviously you haven't had a chance to scout them yet because your attention's on tonight, but now you do turn your attention to them. Are they a difficult team to prepare for just because they're so different without Trez and DJ, and they now blend in Kendrick back on Sunday, so they'll have to change a lot of what they now have been able to do in the last 2 games that you look at too.
Yeah, so with the uncertainty or the change with their roster in recent time, we really, and especially after tonight, we got to worry about ourselves more than anything, our preparation, our recovery, and then our mentality to go on the road and get a win. Just have that right mentality to go and get a road win. So we'll certainly do our scouting and our prep, but it will come down to more of our approach, and are we ready to battle those guys on their home court, so we can come away with the win.
There's been a big made about having to then, these doubles that you've got where you only have one day, it's a travel day in between, the challenges of that. It's difficult when you play a fresh team, but does it help that both teams play tonight going to Sunday? Does that make it less of a disadvantage, either way?
I think if you start looking at that type of stuff instead of worrying about your own build-up and your own approach to the game, you're creating an excuse, or you're trying to create a reason why you're not going to play at your best, and that's certainly not going to be our approach. If we have aspirations to be champions, you got to go on the road and find ways to win games, and that's been the challenge for us so far, because we haven't completely figured that out yet. So more than anything, that's on us to make sure we're prepared to take on whoever Adelaide puts on the floor.
Thanks very much.